Okay, hi everyone. Very a la naturel today. I just quickly thought I'd get on and just quickly record something. Do you want to see my messy kitchen? And and just sort of touch on one or two comments that I was PM'd, private message. So there was about 14 or so, 12 or something. And the video's already been been viewed over 200, maybe nearly 300 times, the 3 videos. So I just wanted to quickly get on and just say thank you so much to everybody. Obviously, this is needed. I've got my grey hairs hanging out. And, oh my gosh. So I just wanted to quickly read out this one. And basically just said, saw the video, her child will be 7 next month, and has just been diagnosed with ADHD, another girl. And everything that you spoke about is 100% spot on with the high energy, the sleep, the going to sleep early and still waking up early, full of beans, and the climbing, and just how they're going back to the paediatrician and going to discuss medication. Good on you. Don't ever let anybody make you feel like you're taking the easy way out or you're drugging your child. We are the mums and we know our child best. Okie dokie. And just a few issues about the teacher as well. There was actually quite a few. I just want to quickly touch on that. There was quite a few messages that said or just asked for help on how to deal with the teachers, or because I mentioned in one of the videos that, there are teachers out there that either don't believe in ADHD or just sort of don't believe that your child, they're just being naughty and, all of that. So I know for myself, if I could go back, I would have things written down. I wouldn't just go in when I was dropping my child off and storm up to the teacher's door and just go blah 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 blah. Like, this is what's happening for my child, and rah, rah, and all of that. So because then I'm obviously have all this high energy, and it's just not very good, is it? I mean, I think, oh my gosh, imagine if I was about to start work and someone came up to me and just was rambling for 5 or 10 minutes as you're trying to get ready. I'd be like, oh my goodness. So these greys, they won't stay back. But yeah, so I just think if I could do my time again, then I really would write things down, be specific, could even just hand it to them, or make an appointment. Like, I really just think, make an appointment. And even with your child, even with the principal, hopefully you have a good principal that really makes a difference. If not, just go straight to the teacher, because they're the one with your child. So so have the principal, teacher, yourself, your child, if that's what you want, or maybe the child doesn't need to be there, and just sort of discuss. So the best things, I think, is that our kids need to be at the front. They need to be as close to the teacher as possible. They need to be sitting next to a student that does their work, that doesn't get into trouble, that, is a good kid, because our kids learn through leadership and through following. So it's no good having them sit up the back or sit over by themselves. They need to be sitting, or some kids might work best sitting by themselves. But in the research that I've done and the schools I've worked in, it always works best if the child sits next to another child that is just a fabulous student. and thrives on doing the right thing. Because like even Professor Russell Barkley, 40 years experience ADHD, is a worldwide expert. Even he mentions that our kids learn through play, like all kids, but through following. And yeah, so if we can get that in the school, that would be great. And then they can see, okay, this kid's riding this much, I'll try and keep up, But you have to do what works for your child, and that might not work best for your child. They might thrive sitting by themselves. But I do find that our kids do need to be sitting up the front. Otherwise, there's too much distraction. They can see too much if they're not near the teacher. And there are plenty of I don't know why I said that twice, but there are plenty of printouts. It's the P's that got me. Of how to help your child in the classroom. And I've just completely lost all train of thought of where I was going to go. Something to do with the classroom, but anyway. Of positive structures in the classroom, and positive reinforcements, and our kids love to be leaders. So, if we speak to the teachers, then they might be able to be in charge of something, or the first up at the first, the first out of their seat to line up for recess and lunch and stuff like that. And they love to be in charge. So anything to do with the classroom, and building up their confidence, because we know that they're told, all the horrible things about themselves all the time, because that's just unfortunately what happens. So just positive at school. And then we all know if they have great days at school, then the meltdowns at home are much less. If you're lucky enough, they might not be any. But that would be day to day, obviously. So that's just a few little pointers. As I said, I've been doing primary schooling in now 7 years. We've been all through, and when I look back, I just think, oh my gosh, I was always crying, I was always emotional, and obviously because we love our kids and we can see what's going on for them at school, and they're there for such a long time, 5 days a week. And I think in another video I might touch on kids being suspended a lot. ADHD kids, especially boys, they seem to get suspended a lot. Now, I'm actually not sure. I know every state is different, but I know in New South Wales that we can actually, as parents, call up the education department and just say, okay, look, and how do you do that if you're working? And just say, call up the education department and just say, okay, look, this is happening for my child. I'm not okay with it. They are not learning. They have a disorder, and they are being punished at school because of their disorder. I mean, imagine if it was imagine if it was diabetes or whatever, and you were being punished because of your illness. It's exactly the same. So things need to change, and we are actually entitled to say, let it be an in-school detention. So every recess and lunch, they are not playing. We can all come up with something that can all work together, because having an ADHD child at home in trouble week after week is not okay. And everybody is suffering. Especially the child. What are they learning? Zero. Everybody is entitled to an education. That is just a law. It just is. So, yes. So now my 5-minute video is now almost 10 minutes. But I just want to say thank you so much for everybody that has viewed and that has left awesome messages. And I'm just absolutely blown away, and let's just keep this going. And as I said, if you have any questions or you'd like me to discuss anything in particular, just private message me, or I think there is a message thing on YouTube as well. So yeah, so give this video a thumbs up, like and subscribe. And I actually have my ADHD at home because for the last 2 weeks my other child was sick, and now I was like, you'll be right, go to school. No, she has severe tonsillitis, vomiting and temperatures. So happy days at this house. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Bye. Oops. How do I do? Oh my